to me though, as someone like, 'cause I grew up predominantly with PlayStation. To me, the thing that got me out of the console race was one, like, I guess it's with the digital storefronts, starting with the PS3, right? Because there is no digital storefront with the PS2. But like, right, we're having conversations. It wasn't that long ago that Jim Ryan's PlayStation head wanted to close down the PS3 store. The Xbox 360 store is already closed down, right? And that kind of sucks. And that, I guess that's just going to be inevitable. But when you see Steam that exists across multiple operating systems, and they also have, like, you know, they try to do right by software by having, like, you know, great bundle deals, you know, great deals in general. But I feel like consoles have come a long way with the great deals. I feel like when people say that stuff, it's not true. There's almost always a sale going on consoles now. I feel like that they've come a better way with that. But in terms of, like, ownership in your games and stuff, games, especially in digital, which they're trying to push, I feel like they can be way better. Where, like, Steam, even though you know, it's digital to digital, right? Steam is just so much better in that regard. Or GOG for that instance, right? Those platforms are just so much better with, like, DRM. If consoles could do DRM better, and for, you know, especially, which is going to be a problem for them with old games, right? Because, you know, this one has a digital storefront, and this one has a digital storefront too. But since the CPU for this AMD chip is so much easier to work with than this monster of a CPU ever was, it makes backwards compatibility between the two really difficult to do, where it's not as difficult between the 5 and the 4, because they're both on same architecture CPUs and stuff, and the software they're using is far more, in terms of, similar than it is from the 4 to the 3. I don't know. It would be really nice if they just went out of their way to make ownership of your games a lot better. That's one of the reasons why I started gravitating towards PC, because it feels like it's better. And now with the Steam Deck, it also is kind of harder for me too. Because while I can see the appeal of this thing right here, being able to play your PS5 games on the go with the portable and streaming them, there is also something nice about the Steam Deck. You know, like the games you buy on Steam, you'll be able to play on the Steam Deck at questionable quality, mind you. But at least you're not streaming them, where this requires internet connectivity at all times, and then you have streaming lag, question is popping up. It is nice that you can get the Steam Deck and play all your Steam library on it for the most part. Even if the game doesn't say it's supported, you still can. Which is nice. And now that I prefer to play games on keyboard and mouse too, I'm kind of sad to see that they went away from this, right? The PlayStation 1 supported mouse support. The Xbox Series S has mouse and keyboard support too, albeit for only some games. And console has mouse and keyboard support for Final Fantasy XIV. It'd be cool if console supported mouse and keyboard too for some games. But I can understand them not doing that because, you know, they want to sell controllers. I think all those things have kind of pushed me away from consoles a little bit and pushed me more towards PC, which kind of makes me sad because I grew up with PlayStation and I'm very fond of it out of all the consoles. And I definitely would say they were still my number one, like, go-to. I mean, I like all three of the big three, but I'd like to see how they do in the future.